Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome biggity back, y'all. Hey, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Kelsi, and I'm here for you guys every Sunday and Wednesday to talk about my VSG journey and other things. It's my hope that through these videos, you're able to find the answers to questions you've been looking for, or the path to choosing surgical weight loss is made that much easier. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I don't know what day we are on as far as our VSG November week goes, but I hope you guys are enjoying that content because I am definitely loving putting it out for you. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the video. Today we're going to be talking about what to tell your friends and family about your weight loss surgery. A lot of times our friends and family, God love them, a lot of times they can be taxing, and that's putting it nicely. But I figured that there are some things that you guys can tell them or talk to them about to kind of set the expectations of what your life is going to be like moving forward. Because a lot of times they think you're still going to be the same person, or they don't understand the restriction of your surgery or how things are going to change for you now as a person. So I kind of wrote down these ideas on what I thought would be helpful when speaking to your family and friends, coworkers, whoever, about your weight loss surgery. Like, what do you say in that instance? So I'm going to give you guys some scenarios and some ideas of what I would say if I was in, or what I would tell my family, like, hey, like if they were to say things like that to me, like, oh my God, you're so skinny, or oh my God, you've changed as a person, or, yada, 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 the normal family things, the things that they say to get on our nerves, but we know that are in pure love, that we hope is in pure love, but still gets on our nerves. So number one, I would let my family know that I'm still the same person. I'm just lighter. I'm happier. I'm healthier. And I'm not just going to be the big cousin anymore. Like you see me now. And yes, I am X amount of pounds lighter. I may look really thin to you, but rest assured, I'm speaking with my nutritionist. I'm staying close in contact with my surgeon, and everything that is happening right now is supposed to happen. That's why I had the surgery, right? To lose the weight. I know that you're concerned about me, but I'm okay. I'm still the same person. I still love doing the things that I did before. I'm just in a smaller body, maybe the way that my body was intended to be. And I appreciate your concern, and I love you, and thank you for checking on me, but I'm okay. If your family was like, oh, you really shouldn't be eating that. Are you sure you're supposed to eat that? Is that okay for you? I would assure them that, I'm still learning healthy eating habits. For me, I struggled so many years with like eating fast. Number one, I always had a job where either I was working through my lunch, I had a short lunch break, or lunch was just on the fly. So eating quickly was just something that I had become accustomed to. It was something that I was used to. And that has been one of the hardest things to break for me, is to take my time, enjoy my food, and to chew my food thoroughly. Even with a new small tummy, it's really hard to focus on eating slowly and taking my time. And a lot of times when I'm around my family, they're like, especially my dad, I know he loves me. I love you, Daddy. I know you're watching this. It's like, Kelsi, are you eating enough? I'm worried you're not getting enough. And I have to let him know I'm going to leave food on my plate. There's going to be food left over. I'm not going to eat everything right now, but I'll come back to it, or maybe I won't. It just really just depends. And I feel like a lot of times our family, because they care for us, they see that we've lost so much weight and they see that we are not eating much. I think it just sends off a red flag because we're so accustomed to eating a lot of food or eating, big servings of food, but that's just not our life now. So I have to let them know, like, hey, I am going to leave food on my plate. That doesn't mean that I'm starving. That doesn't mean I'm starving myself. Rest assured that my body tells me when I am no longer hungry, and my body will also tell me when I'm hungry. So, and if you see me picking and eating and kind of grazing a little bit, don't pick at me. Just let me unless I'm just doing something off the wall crazy. That's just how I've become accustomed to dealing with my body changes. And I don't want you to be disappointed if you cook for me and I don't eat all the food that you prepare on my plate. Just know that my body is different, but I definitely enjoy the food. I love the food. I'm just not able to eat as much as I once was. I also like to let my family know that I can only eat 4 to 5 bites of food per meal, depending on what I'm eating. There was a time when I could eat 4 to 5 slices of pizza by myself, sometimes almost a whole pizza by myself. And now I'm eating to like a half a cup of food to maybe less per serving, if that. And I know that's concerning to them. I know that it's like, oh, what's going on? And throughout my post-op life, I'm learning to deal with my emotional attachment to food. I have a severe food addiction that goes way deeper than the surface, that comes with waves and dips and buckles and circles and curves and bells and chimes and everything else that you could have associated with something that, is an addiction. For me, it's not easy for me to be around a lot of food, especially things that I once loved. So I can't base my life around food. And when I do eat, it's not for pleasure. It is to nourish my body. I have to eat a lot of protein-rich things. I have to eat a lot of things that are nourishing to my body and not necessarily for pleasure. You may eat for pleasure, but I can't eat for pleasure anymore. I can't sit down with you guys and, down, a whole couple baskets of chips and salsa, because that's just it's not good for me. And so when I only eat 4 to 5 bites of food, that doesn't mean that I'm not interested in the food or I don't want to be there. That's just what I have to do. And what I do eat, especially if it's protein rich, it's going to take up all of that space in my tummy, and I'm done. If I eat too much, I throw up. And that's pretty self-correcting. Like I don't have to like revisit that many times. So I don't want to ever force myself to eat more than what I'm supposed to just to make someone else happy. I'm okay. And that's going to be my ending to everyone. I'm okay. Just know that this is a different situation for me. And although it's different for you, I'm living it. But just trust that I'm going to be okay and that I know what I'm doing. I also like to let people know that I'm eating with or going out to eat with, that I'm going to take a little longer to eat. I'm going to need 30 to 45 minutes to enjoy my food. I'm going to need 30 to 45 minutes to be able to digest and chew and really work through my food. So enjoy time with me. Don't rush. We're really gonna have to get to know each other a lot better if we don't already. You have to be patient with me. Like, my husband, I love him. He is a very much, we eat, we up, we out. And I used to be like that too, because I could eat like that. Now I have to slow down and savor my food and take that time. And so he's kind of like, oh, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, you're gonna have to stop doing that, because I have to take my time and eat. I have to take my time to enjoy my food, because if not, I'm going to be sick, and that's just not a good situation for you or me. So make sure that you set that standard, that I'm going to need time. I'm going to need a little bit of grace. I know that everybody eats at a faster pace, but I'm the turtle of the race. Even though I finish a little bit slower, or however that story goes, that doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying the food. Just take the time to enjoy the time with me. Speak with me in between my bites, or, just engage with me. It's a little more time, spend a little, extra time with the person that has the weight loss surgery. Number 5, I eat several times during the day. Yeah. And I think my husband, really got a full face front of that. I had come home one day from shopping, and y'all, I love fresh lettuce and just like a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette and some cottage cheese. That is like my jam. Like, I will sit and eat that. The cottage cheese, of course, provides my protein. The lettuce doesn't really provide anything, but it's absolutely delicious. So I come home from shopping, and I was eating my lettuce and my cottage cheese. I enjoyed it. I ate it, whatever. About an hour later, I went into the kitchen to make apple donuts, or make an apple donut. And my husband walks in. He was like, didn't you just eat? I was like, yeah, lettuce and cottage cheese 2 hours ago. I'm hungry again. And I'm like, it may look like I'm grazing. It may look like I'm just picking and poking and prodding, but it takes me all day to eat something. And if you see me eating something, just know that it's accounted for. My calories are there. I've thought about it. I meal prep. So everything that I've eaten, that I'm eating, it's accounted for. So don't think that I'm just, slipping back into old habits. I'm actually eating what I'm allotted. It just takes me a longer time to eat everything. And he was like, well, you just ate. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And even if I did, it's not your business. But no, I'm eating this because I'm hungry again. My body has worked through the little bit of food that I gave it, and now it's time for me to eat something else. This works for me. It may seem unorthodox to you, but everything is accounted for. Everything is good to go. And that's all that matters. I feel like I switched. I feel like this is going to be number 5. And the last one was probably number 4. But anyways, I don't like attending functions that are based solely upon food. And that is so crazy for me to say because listen, I was a brunch gal. Listen, me and my bestie would go to the melting pot and we would tear that sucker down. It would be smoking by the time we left. I love the melting pot. The one that we had here closed. I haven't been. They are coming back, so I am kind of excited for that. But I don't know if I'll ever be able to go and experience it the way that I did before, if it'll be a waste of money. And it may just be all about the experience, but neither here nor there. I can't base, I don't want to go to, you know, functions that are based solely upon food because they're not necessarily fun for me. I want to do something that I can, get active or walk around or go shopping or look at, I could do anything. I just really, really, really don't like food based things because number one, it puts me in a weird predicament where, at this point in my being 9 months out, I can eat pretty much anything that I want to. And so faced or put in a situation where I'm there with the things that I'm addicted to, it's really hard to say no. It's really hard to turn away and not indulge in those things. So if you're planning things, think about me. Try to remember that I don't want to come to something that's based on food. And don't get discouraged or disappointed in me if I turn it down. If you guys are going to brunch or, if you guys are going to whatever and it's food based, I may not be able to come because I have to hold myself accountable. And being in that situation, being in that atmosphere, is probably not the best for me. My life priorities have changed. I feel like that's going to be something that you guys are going to have to talk to your family and friends about. Successful post-op weight loss life, eating healthy, exercising, all of that is a life change. And those are my priorities now. I was unhealthy, depressed, and heavy for far too long. I never want to go back down that path. I never want to revisit that part of my life again. I never want to put myself in a predicament where I am there and I feel the way that I felt in that time of my life again. Because of my weight loss surgery and because of my commitment to my goal, I've either met my goal or I'm very close to meeting my goal, and I want to keep it that way. I want to either maintain the weight that I'm at now or continue to lose weight. I want to be healthy. That's a priority to me. You, as my family or my friend, you don't take the back seat to that, but always know that when it comes to between choosing, option A that doesn't have my priorities lined up with it and option B that has my priorities, in line with it, I'm always going to choose option B because my why, my reason is me, my happiness, my health, my body. Yes, I may be having plastic surgery. I think this is important to talk about because a lot of people see weight loss surgery already as the easy way out. And I've had someone say to me, so you had weight loss surgery, so now you're just going to go and get plastic surgery too? You just fake all around. And I think y'all think that I make this stuff up. I don't make this stuff up. And maybe the person didn't have that type of tone when they said that to me, but that's how my mind received it and has recorded it. So that's how I hear it every time I see that person. And yes, you're absolutely right. I did have a weight loss surgery. And yes, you're absolutely right. I am going to go and have a plastic surgery if need be. I'm losing hundreds of pounds. My skin is going to bag and sag and hang and flap and flop. I'm sorry. If I have to have it removed, I'm going to have it removed because that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And I would expect anyone who had anything on their body like of that nature after having a massive weight loss or losing a huge amount of weight, go get it removed. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself happy, to make your self-confidence rise, to put you in the place where you need to be mentally to where you're not down or hating the person that you are. I've worked hard, to lose the weight that I've lost, and I'm going to continue to do whatever I need to do to get my body to where I want it to be. And I hope that you understand that, and I love you, but I'm okay. Last but not least, I think this is probably the one that I have to say the most, because it's like people, especially my family who haven't seen me in a long time, they will, the first thing they want to talk about is my weight. And even when they haven't, even if they've seen me the week before, they still just want to talk about my weight loss surgery. I think it's important to say, like, yes, I have had weight loss surgery, but I love talking about other things. Like, I still have hobbies. I still am the same person, as I mentioned before. I'm still me. I still like to do the same things. So yes, I will answer your questions, and yes, we can talk about it. And yes, I will help you understand whatever it is you need need to understand. But I also want you to be respectful of my boundaries and of my growth. I don't always want to talk about my weight loss surgery. I am more than my weight loss surgery, then and now. So just talk to me about some other things. Let me, ask me about the weather. Ask me if I like my job. Ask me, do I like SpongeBob? I mean, I really don't care what you ask me. But I am a person. I am more than a weight loss surgery. Yes, it is a significant part of my life. Yes, I do look different. Yes, I look happier. Yes, I look healthier. And if you're interested in weight loss surgery, yeah, we can talk about it. But let's talk about some other things too. Like, it's more to it than just weight loss surgery. It's a mind-changing, life-changing, altering new blueprint that you are creating for the rest of your life. And I think that it's important to let those around you know exactly how your life is changing, and how their role and also your participation with them is going to change as well. If you have happened to make it this far in the video, please drop the chicken wing emoji in the comment section down below. Let me know that you made it this far, baby. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so, so, so much. If you haven't, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, become a member of my family. Become a member of my family. I can't even talk. Become a member of my family. I would love to have you here. Also, make sure to cut on that post notification bell so you'll never miss a time when I upload. I love you guys. And also, make sure to join my Facebook group, One Bite at a Time. It's a safe place to talk about hard things. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Well, tomorrow. Bye. So basically, it's like, okay, family and friends, let's address the big issue in the room, or maybe the not so big issue if you have lost weight by now. A lot of your friends and family are not really going to understand, but I figured that this will kind of like make the pill a little easier to swallow. So the first thing I would think that you should tell them is, number one, I'm the same person on the inside. I'm still Kelsi. I still love helping people. I love clothes. I love going places. I love being with my friends. I love to do activities at work. I love to decorate. But most importantly, I love myself. And I love myself more now because I'm however many pounds lighter. I feel better. I'm happier. I'm just an overall in a better situation type of person. Most of you have, for the most part, have seen me as the bigger person in the group or one of the big people in the group. And I know it may be kind of weird that I'm not anymore, but I'm still the same person. I haven't changed. I'm still me. You're still you. I understand your concern that I may be getting too thin, or you think that my body is not healthy or that I'm not looking good, but I assure you that I'm speaking with my surgeon and my nutritionist and that I am managing my health and my weight. Don't worry about me. I got me, but I thank you for your concern.